What we're looking at here is way more than just a car. It's a story. It's about how passion and creativity and maybe a little bit of obsession can turn a machine into a genuine masterpiece. So today, let's unpack the journey of this one very special Mustang.
And this quote from Jeremy Clarkson, it just hits the nail on the head. For the people who really get into building them, cars are never just metal and paint. They're about connection, they're about community, and they're about memories. Just keep that in mind as we dive in.
So, where does a project like this even begin? Well, it always starts with that first spark. Let's meet the guy behind this incredible build and find out where his journey really started. Okay, so let's meet the man behind the machine. This is Caleb Allison, an architectural designer from right here in Austin, Texas. And honestly, his profession is the perfect clue to understanding this car. It's this amazing blend of meticulous design, raw creativity, and real technical skill. But his love for cars, that started way before his career.
In his story, it's kind of the classic car enthusiast origin story, right? It all started with his dad's passion for old-school muscle cars. That led to them going to car shows together way back in 2008. But the real spark for him personally, that was his first car, a '68 Cougar he had in high school. Now, he's a member of a car club called Team Unlimited, where he's quick to tell you that the people, the community, that's just as important as the cars themselves.
All right, so this is where things get really interesting. Every builder has that one moment, that epiphany, that just changes everything. For Caleb, it was a complete 180 on a car he didn't even like at first.
Can you believe that? When the S550 Mustang body style first dropped, Caleb was not impressed. Not at all. At the time, he was driving a 2007 Roush and was totally happy with that older look. But that was all about to change, big time.
And boom, this is the moment everything changed. He's at a car show in Dallas called Mustang Invasion, and he sees it, a bright yellow S550 sitting low on air suspension. He was just captivated. The lines of the car, the way the wheels fit so perfectly in the arches, the whole setup, it completely flipped a switch in his brain.
And let me tell you, he did not waste any time. Right after that show, he sold his old Mustang, hopped on a plane all the way to North Carolina to pick up his new S550. And that urge to start modifying it, it was immediate. He calls it an addiction that started before he even drove off the dealer lot, knowing that stock exhaust just wasn't going to cut it.
Okay, so that brings us to the build itself. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the incredible amount of work that went into taking this Mustang from a factory performance car into a total one-of-a-kind showpiece.
And when we say this car was transformed, we mean it. Caleb says that pretty much every single nut and bolt has been touched. It is a complete and total reimagining of what this car could be.
So let's just run through some of the highlights, the big-ticket items. Under the hood, you've got that awesome 5.0 Coyote V8, but now it's got a Roush supercharger bolted on top. That super aggressive look comes from a custom-molded wide-body kit loaded with carbon fiber parts. And that perfect stance, that's courtesy of an airlift suspension, giant BC forged wheels, and of course, massive Brembo brakes to stop the whole thing. And just to give you an idea of how wild this setup is, those rear wheels, they are a massive 13 inches wide. 13 inches! That's what it takes to fill out those custom wide-body fenders and give this car its incredible presence on the road. But for as insane as the outside of this car is, Caleb will tell you that the real showstopper is the interior. So let's take a look inside.
And this is just a perfect example of what immediately grabs people's attention. At car shows, one of the first things people say is, "Whoa, check out the screen he has in that thing." They're talking about this huge tablet-style Lynxwell radio. It's such a modern touch that you know right away this interior is something special.
But that giant screen? Oh, that's just the tip of the iceberg. The whole cockpit is a custom creation. We're talking bright red Brom racing seats with harnesses, a custom carbon fiber steering wheel that has these really cool red reflective flakes in it, and matching trim all over. The back seat is even gone, replaced by a beautiful custom setup for the air suspension tank, all wrapped in this amazing diamond-stitched upholstery.
So you do all this work, you pour in all this time and money. What does it all mean in the end? Because it's obviously more than just a car at this point, it's a true form of expression. And, well, Caleb really says it best himself. This isn't just a collection of parts he bought. It's a physical form of his creativity, his dedication, and his personal vision. He brought it to life.
So what's the payoff for all this? Well, it's a few things. Of course, it's an absolutely exhilarating car to drive. But more than that, it's a rolling piece of art that gives him this huge sense of pride and accomplishment. And maybe most importantly, he really hopes that when young kids see his car, it sparks that same joy and inspiration in them that started him on his own journey years ago.
And that really leaves us with one final thought, right? Caleb Allison's passion took the physical shape of this supercharged, wide-bodied, meticulously crafted Mustang. And it just makes you wonder, if you poured all of your creativity and dedication into one single project, what masterpiece would you create?